Good morning guys, I'm Saurav. So in this video I'm going to share things what I do in my free time, and it's very disappointing we can't go out of our homes. So I'll be sharing things that you can do to improve as a photographer staying at home, and I'll get fresh. And so without wasting any time, let's get started.
2 hours later.
Great, I'm fresh. I hope you enjoyed a small B-roll. Now, the thing is, as a creative individual, you should always challenge yourself. I always thought I can't shoot some B-roll staying at home, but this time I challenge. And as a creative person, even you should do that. And that's what this video is about. In this video, I will tell you things that I do as a photographer when I have to stay at home. Doesn't matter if you're at home or you're traveling outside, you can always improve as a photographer. And in this video, I'll be sharing 5 things that you should do to improve as a photographer staying at home. Let's begin. Number 1 is exploring your camera gear. Now the question is, Saurav, what do you mean by exploring your camera gear? Now the thing is, doesn't matter for how long you have used your camera, and even if you think you know everything about your camera, you might be wrong. Now, I have been using a Nikon camera for maybe last 6-7 years. Still, there are certain things I might not know about the camera, right? Like I did not know how to shoot multiple exposure. I did not know how to shoot in-camera time lapses. And these are the things where you have to invest your time in order to learn them. And I don't want to go out where I want to shoot a time lapse and then I have to figure out how do I shoot a time lapse. I don't want that to happen. I want to learn when I'm at home. I'll experiment, I'll see the result, and if something's not right, I'll again watch the tutorials over. I will also make a playlist of the videos that I think you should see in order to learn more about your cameras. So once I've learned everything, once I know everything, then I can go out and experiment. And now I think instead of wasting your time, you should invest your time right now. If you're a beginner, if you don't know how to shoot in manual mode, try that. Shoot pictures of the objects you have at home. Now you're not shooting pictures to get beautiful pictures, you're shooting pictures to learn manual mode. So when you go outside, you will be thorough with the manual mode and you can start shooting right away without any experimenting. The second tip is re-editing your old images. Now you might not have shot anything recently, but you might have old images that you might not have edited, or you have edited but you're not happy with the edit. Now, there were certain pictures of the Singapore trip I discarded, but I was like, okay, let me go through the images, and if I feel I haven't edited an image but I still like it, let me try a different edit. So for this image, as you can see, I went with a low-key black and white result. And actually, I liked the result. When I shot the image, I thought it was an okayish image and I edited the image and the result was normal. But when I tried experimenting with the edit, when I tried the black and white, for a moment I was like, okay, this doesn't look so bad. I actually posted the photo on Instagram as well. So just re-editing your old images can actually transform your images as well. And now is a very good time to experiment with your edits as well. If you haven't tried black and white, if you haven't tried color grading, now you can try that. As I said, now is a very good time to experiment and learn new things. So re-editing your old images is a very good way to pass time right now. The third tip is comparing your old work with your current work. Now, even if you have not changed anything in your photography, you might have seen that your current images are slightly better than your old images. Don't believe me? See the images you took 4 years ago and see the images right now. Even if you haven't changed anything as a photographer, your images are still better. Why? So unknowingly, subconsciously, you're developing as a photographer as you're practicing. And comparing your old work with your current work will motivate you that you improved as a photographer. But it won't only serve as motivation. It will also help you to understand which are the areas you haven't improved on. And this will help you to understand in which areas you have to focus to improve as a photographer. I always do this as a photographer every time I get some free time. I compare my work, I compare my current work, and I see, okay, what are the things I'm changing? What are the things I should not have changed? And what are the things I haven't changed at all? And what can I improve in order to be a better photographer? This is a very important tip for each and every photographer. Try this and then you will understand how important it is. The fourth tip is to follow the work of masterclass photographers. Now, whatever genre you're shooting in, you should always follow photographers who are successful in that particular genre. So I am a landscape photographer, and when I'm out of inspiration, I always see the work of different award-winning landscape photographers. Now, why do I do that? It's not that I want to copy them, but their work is very inspiring. It not only inspires you, but you get a lot of things to learn. Their composition is different. Maybe they are using some different technique for capturing images. They're using some different editing workflow to make their images look so beautiful. So if you're shooting portrait, street, or any genre, it's always good to follow photographers who are doing good in that field. It will always help you, encourage you to learn more about that particular genre and improve your photography skills in that particular genre. Again, this might be a very small tip, but I feel this has helped me a lot, and this will help you also at the same time. Talking about inspiration, that brings me to my fifth tip, that is reading books. Now the thing is, there are internet articles, there are internet videos on photography. There's a channel by the name, I guess, Saurav Sinha. He makes amazing videos. I'm sorry, just kidding. You know, when you don't have a budget, you have to do kind of self-promotion. Okay, jokes apart. The thing is, reading books are very helpful. I remember when I started photography, I started reading this book known as Understanding Exposure. Now, obviously, this information was there on the internet, but after reading that book, I was much more confident about it. People always ask me, Saurav, from where did you learn photography? Have you joined any kind of institution? And my answer to them always is no. There are a lot of things on the internet, but one thing I did different was read books as well. And once you start reading books, you understand, you develop a different connection with a physical book that you can't develop with the internet articles. The book I'm reading right now, I don't know if I should use the word reading. I mean, there are images in it and I actually see those images and try to learn from them. So Ansel Adams was a landscape photographer who used to shoot black and white images, and this book consists of 400 photographs. So why I bought this book is to understand more about landscape photography in depth. You know, there were not these advanced cameras at that time. Still, Ansel Adams captured such beautiful images. And when I see these images in real, I can actually feel those photographs, and it's a very different connection. I just can't explain it through the words. So reading book is, again, you might think it's a very outdated idea and I'm talking like an old person, but try reading a book and you will see the difference. That's it from this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, press the like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you have smashed that subscribe button. Am I sounding like Peter McKinnon? Okay, it doesn't matter. Make sure you have smashed that subscribe button and the bell icon as well, so you get notified when the new videos are uploaded. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Peace.